And let me welcome everybody again, and a really big thank you for joining us today, this Sunday afternoon, to sort of celebrate International Women's Day, which was actually on the 8th, but we are calling it the International Month of the Women. So we're going to celebrate the whole month. So thank you for joining us. Yes. And we are going to give you an update, but I'm going to start by saying that actually 2020 turned out to be the most impactful year we have had so far. Because the needs on the ground were so much, we were able to step up and actually increase our impact tremendously. And we won the maximum number of prizes, and the prize money gave us more additional flexibility to send more money to the fields. So it was all, very, very exciting and impactful and painful, but we were so glad that we were able to help as much as we could. So I thank a lot of you on this call who've really been the backbone of what we've done. And I just want to say that this session is being recorded. So I hope that's okay with all of you. And also being shown on Facebook Live. So many people who actually are not here are actually watching it on Facebook. So that's great. So with that, let me introduce our program director, Surabhi Prabhu. She's, we are just so blessed to have somebody as capable as her, who feels so deeply about all the projects that we are helping. And she's regularly on calls with them. And I'm going to request Surabhi to now update everyone on what she's been up to. Surabhi.
Sure. Thank you, Geeta. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So hey everybody, some updates on what we have in store for 2021. We've already launched some of our new programs at the beginning in the first week of January. We are launching a couple more in the next few weeks, and I'm just going to briefly talk about those and explain those. As you already know, our Tech Learning Initiative has been in great demand, especially since last year. We are currently funding 10 digital literacy centers, which reach about 1,200 plus girls. We are scaling up to 500 more in the next 3 months, right? Each center serves more than 100 girls within the community. We teach them digital literacy skills, English language skills, as also menstrual health and hygiene. So we are really excited about that. Some of our centers are in really remote areas where a lot of families do not have access to smartphones, leave aside tablets and laptops. So that's one thing that's really exciting. The second thing is, and this is typical of AI programming, as the summer months onset, April, May, we begin our water conservation initiatives. This year, we are launching revival of 3 freshwater springs in the Himalayan region. The project has a multifaceted approach. It includes water education, health, sanitation, and overall well-being of the hill community. So that's the second one. We are also launching a program affecting 550 women in the coastal regions to adopt a system of rice intensification. Most of you are aware that traditional rice cultivation is full of drudgery, and it results in exhaustion for several women. We are hoping that the systemic rice intensification will mechanize several of these practices, give women greater income, and overall be great for their well-being. We will keep you posted, of course, on all this and more through our newsletters. Our giving has gone up substantially, as Geeta already mentioned, year after year, especially last year. This year, we expect to give out even more. We are targeting about 50% more than we have in 2020. So a huge request to all of you to please spread the word and to please connect us with donors who may be willing to support our work. So stay tuned, and I hope you have a great hour. Thank you.
Thank you, Surabhi. So now I'm going to welcome Mayuri Straub and Jacinta. Jacinta is joining us from Kenya. Mayuri is in Germany. And I would say that Mayuri is one of the people I've known the longest, except that Charu Jain, who's on the call. She was my college mate when I was studying architecture. So Charu, welcome. And Shining has joined us. Welcome. Arlet, can you be on mute? Because we are hearing some echo from your side.
I'm sorry.
No, that's good. So yeah, just mute your microphone. So with that, Mayuri and Jacinta, take it away, please.
Thank you very much, Geeta, for the introduction. Hi, everybody. Those who don't know me, my name is Mayuri Oded Rashtrao, and I feel highly honored to be invited to speak at this second Sundays event today of Asia Initiatives. I've had the privilege, as Geeta just said, of working with her and with Asia Initiatives in Tokyo around 15 years ago, a long time ago. And I must say that this experience, plus the great work that Asia Initiatives has been doing over the past few years, has inspired me and influenced me and my work tremendously over the years. Around 3 years ago, I started 2 initiatives in order to help other less privileged women and girls in Kenya, India, and Nepal. One initiative is called Frauenpower. It is a charity registered in Germany. Frauenpower's main aim is to empower girls and women by supporting them in improving their education and literacy levels, economic circumstances, employment prospects, personal health, as well as access to credit. I think, as we all know, education and investment in girls and women creates an upward spiral that lasts beyond their lifetime, breaking the cycle of poverty just in one generation. Such an investment creates a long-term social and economic benefit, not just for themselves, but we notice that also for the families as well as the communities. Frauenpower wanted to play a role in this process by empowering girls and women so that they have a better future, not just for themselves, as well as that for their families. To date, Frauenpower has supported 11 projects in Kenya, India, and Nepal, with a number of other projects awaiting approval next month when we have our board meeting. As was the case with many other organizations, much of our work, that of Frauenpower, as well as the Zuri initiative, suffered a lot in 2020 because of the corona crisis. We're hoping that this year will be a little bit better. Just a few examples of the kind of work we do. We've been supporting a center for the last 2 years in India that is a safe haven for girls who mostly live in the slums or informal settlements and have difficult circumstances to deal with at home. So they come to this center, which also provides life skills, English and computer classes, individual tutoring, so that the girls manage to pass their exams and finish school. It provides counseling, it helps girls find employment, and so on. The second big project which we've been working on is empowering women from the informal settlements in Nairobi by providing them a 14-week course, which is on soft, hard, technical, and entrepreneurial skills that they can use either to become sales agents for the Zuri Healthcare products or to venture out and start their own businesses. A number of women have already started their own businesses after finishing their training. We're supporting a very large basic literacy initiative for women in Assam in India. 700 women learned how to just read basic alphabet and their basic language. There are lots of different languages being spoken in Assam. They learned how to sign their names in 2019, and that gave them, that improved their lives in many different ways. They could read the bus number or the name with the destination or whatever. But what we saw was the confidence. Most of the women have become much more confident now. That project is continuing. This year we are training about 800 women in very, very remote villages in Assam. Together with Asia Initiatives, we've started vertical and kitchen gardening projects both in India and Kenya, which are meant to help improve people's nutrition during these difficult times. We've just started supporting hairdressing courses in Kenya, as well as tailoring courses both in India and Kenya. Both the hairdressing and the tailoring initiatives are meant to provide women with skills to start their own businesses. Both the courses are certified training courses. We've been providing on a yearly basis, and we continue to do so, full health checkups for women in very remote parts in Nepal, where we've had hundreds of women checked, and we also teach them how to look after their own health as well as that of their families. Together with Asia Initiatives that was mentioned in the video which we just saw, we've set up centers in Lucknow in India where teenage girls, mostly living in slums, can go and learn English, computer skills, use internet, or just go out and chill and read something. They've got a library there. 3 such centers have been started. And as the video said, about 1,200 girls a year will be supported in this way. We continue promoting Asia Initiatives, social capital credits initiatives in all the projects, in all the work we do to motivate women into bringing about changes, not just to their lives, but also to the environment. The second initiative I started 3 years ago is the Zuri Initiative, which is a social enterprise which also combines a social business with social capital to empower women. This is based in Nairobi, Kenya, and I will now hand over to my colleague Jacinta, who is the program manager at Zuri as well as head of the field operations. She can tell you a little bit more about the Zuri initiative. Thank you very much, Jacinta.
Thank you, Dr. Mayuri, for the introduction also. My name is Jacinta. I'm head of field operations at the Zuri Initiative. So I'll just share my screen with the presentation I have today. So the Zuri Initiative is a social business that is a social enterprise that combines social business with social capital, with social capital credit. And our main aim is just to basically empower women to create a financial path, to create a financial stability among women in low-income areas through the Zuri Initiative Women Empowerment Program. And through the Zuri Initiative Women Empowerment Program, women get to attend or they get to experience a 14 to 16-week course training, which is tailor-made to teach them more about financial growth, self-development, financial literacy, introduction to entrepreneurship, sales, and marketing. And the trainings basically are to boost the women confidence to venture into entrepreneurship. And when these women graduate, then they're invited or they're involved in the retail of the Zuri hair care product as independent sales agent, where they earn commission to supplement their daily income. To date, Zuri has 33 active sales agents who have completed the Zuri Initiative Women Empowerment Training, and currently they're selling the products while earning commission. And Dr. Mayuri has mentioned most of the women have had that courage to start their own small businesses also. And this has been made possible through the financial support of Frauenpower in 2019 and the financial support of Asia Initiative in 2020 and 2021. And also through the Ziwe program, our women also are trained on social capital credits, and we encourage and acknowledge their positive contribution through the communities that they live in, through the social capital credit project. And the women have been engaging in community cleanups, caring for elderly, and holding self-help education for teenagers, which is a challenge in the communities most of them come from. And also in 2020, through the financial support of Frauenpower, our women, 18 Zuri women, got to start a kitchen vertical gardening project, where now we can see them starting to eat from the garden, and it's not a struggle between them. With the little money they have, they don't get to buy vegetable. They use the money to do other things. And also in 2021, we with the partnership with Asia Initiative, we are targeting to roll out. We are targeting to reach out to 300 women through the same project, where we get to introduce socks to the different informal settlements in Nairobi. The project, we got to roll it out in March 1st in the area of Kibera, and we are hoping to reach out to more women also in the coming weeks. And where we are at now at Zuri, it's been a success. and we are hoping to do more also through the partnership, the financial support, which we really appreciate from Asia Initiative and Frauenpower, and also Divine Essential being our manufacturer for the Zuri Hair Care products, and the support we get from Jukumu Letu, Amani Kibera, and Utu Academy, and other partners that I didn't get to mention today, but they play a very big role in our day-to-day at Zuri. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jacinta. Thank you so much, Mayuri. You can stop sharing your screen now. So so I'm requesting everyone to please share your questions in the chat box. But just to begin this interaction, I wanted to ask how challenging has it been working in Kibera in the last 1 year due to COVID-19?
So it has been challenging, mainly because for them, it's been hard to see my women struggle, because for them most of them are daily wages. So for them not to go to work every day and depending daily on food distribution when they don't come. So most of them struggle, and because most of them, the children also get to suffer because they don't go to school and they depend on their parents to teach them. And most of these parents didn't go to school themselves. So it's been a struggle also in terms of safety and in the information that they get. So for them, information about COVID and just the safety of it, what they're supposed to do and what they're not supposed to do has been a struggle. For them, it's a myth. So they feel like you'd go to Kibera, they know when visitors come in because you'll be wearing a mask, and none of them is wearing. So that has been a struggle also for them, because it makes a difference if you don't work today. It means that there's something lacking in your family. So financially, it's been really challenging to also get these women to come and sit and listen to me about trying to talk to them about joining the Ziwe program or joining the SOX program, because they feel like the time they want to sit with you for 40 minutes, they'll be somewhere washing clothes or doing something. So they are not really settled because they need life to get back to normal, which it's not guaranteed also. And really, they don't care about if they get COVID or not. So it's a struggle, or it's been a struggle, I'd say.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yes, it has been a struggle for a lot of people. So you did talk a lot about the women receiving financial literacy as part of their Zuri social enterprise project, right? The Zuri Hair Care project. So
Yes.
have you seen the women see value in this training?
So they get to see value because at the first thing we teach them is about managing their little income, the daily income they get. And you'd see most of them, they really don't lack money. They have money, but it's how they spend it, because they don't have small household budget, small saving kitty for themselves. So it's something that at least now they know where they're going wrong. Even if they are not saving at this stage, they know they're supposed to be saving, and they know they're going wrong somewhere. So at least getting them to that point has been an improvement to see. So when you speak to them, they know, as I'm spending more of my money buying food, I need to cut down on this and this. So it's a conversation that over the years, when you do questionnaires with them, they get to appreciate that set of information.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jacinta, and Mayuri. Thank you so much for sharing your insights, your experiences of working in Kenya. In our next section of this event, I want to invite two of our SOC buddies, very dynamic young individuals who have been volunteering with us in this past year. So we have Aarti Chava, who is a junior at Rutgers University, majoring in biology and minoring in psychology. And she says that she has been loved teaching ever since she was a TA for psychology. And we are also joined by Christy Fratto, who has been volunteering with us for a very, very long time. And she has been teaching with SOX Buddies for the last 7 months. So over to Aarti and Christy, if she has joined.
She's here also.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so I would just like to, thank you for the opportunity for letting me speak about my volunteering experience. I'm particularly grateful for this experience because, this time last year in March, I had actually gone to India and I visited a school that was actually for, children who are struggling to get an education, who maybe need to go into the workforce earlier. And they were started to struggle with once COVID hit. So, but there was nothing I can do once I came back to America, right? It's very difficult to continue to help out. But then my friend had told me about Asia Initiatives and the Sock Buddies program. And I thought this was a great way to continue to help students in India. So I just want to
if you want, I'm eating some.
I just want to say a little bit about my experience. It has been very rewarding, although a little bit challenging, of course, as the girls do have, poor internet connection, and sometimes they might be very shy and they lack a little bit of confidence to speak the English. But for me, my favorite moments overall in these past lessons I've been teaching since August, I think, the best moments have been when they tell me about their ambitions and their goals, because they do have a lot of goals. They, some of them want to be flight attendants, they want to be teachers, they want to be doctors. And those are the best moments because I try to steer the lessons in ways that can encourage them to continue to learn because, in their environment and from their background, I think that's the hardest part, to stay motivated, to keep wanting to learn and grow in life. So that's my experience so far.
Thank you. That's really wonderful. That's really wonderful. And I will come back to you with questions, but I'm hoping that Christy will also share her experience about, being a sock buddy.
Yes, hi. Thank you again for the opportunity, not only to volunteer on a consistent basis, but to also be a mentor. It's been nothing like I could have ever imagined. It's just so rewarding to be able to not only go through structured lessons, but also to have discussions with the mentees and be able to know them as people as well. And I think when we sort of step outside such a strict learning structures, when sometimes I think they can have the most out of it and take a lot away from that. Some of the lessons we've done are just about even creating short stories with them. We had gone into a discussion of what kind of movies or TV shows or books they like. And from there, we had pulled those characters from different types of media and had actually created our own story with them. And that lesson lasted about for three separate occasions where they were just so excited to continue going. And it was their excitement that really made me happy. And I knew they were really taking a lot from it. And then from there, they had been telling me, like, giving me more suggestions on different topics and asking me about my life. And it was so nice to be able to have conversation with them as well. And with that, talking about different interests, music as well. They love that I play the violin, and I'm able to prepare a couple of pieces for them every once in a while. So that's something that's really cool for them to be able to ask me music questions as well.
Thank you. That's so wonderful to know. So Aarti and Christy, I have some questions for both of you. And I was wondering if you could share a little bit more about any specific memory that, that you'd really cherish from your Sock Buddy mentoring sessions.
So for me, like I said, it's definitely when they talk about their future. For me, it was this particular batch of students. They were my second batch ever when I was teaching. And, the first class, they were not interested. They really were not interested. They were like, what is this like? And then, but by the second classes, as I started to get to know them, and I was like, so what do you want to do? What is your aim in life? You know, they told me I want to be a doctor and I want to be a teacher. They had told me that, and I personally also want to be a doctor. So, and I love teaching as well. So I had really connected with them eventually, and I tried to really steer the lessons in that direction and keep reminding them why they're doing this. Why do they want to learn English? So that was definitely my favorite moment.
Wonderful, thank you. What about you, Christy? What was your favorite moment?
I think this moment came from when I was speaking with one of the girls about my majoring in engineering, and she had asked me what I wanted to do as an occupation, and so I was talking about space, working in the space industry, and so she had actually said that that's something that really inspires her as well. And by the end of the conversation, she had said that she would meet me in space. We'd go to space together. That was something that was really touching for me, that she was able to, just get involved with that after I was talking about it.
Oh, that's so wonderful. I think Geeta has a question.
I just have a comment just to put what these wonderful young ladies are saying in perspective, that every week we have lots and lots of classes, Zoom classes going on. So if you or anybody else, wants to jump in and be a mentor, you're welcome. I want to give a shout out to Alicia, who's here, and Ishita. They have been mentoring people. And it's just really, really, we are so grateful. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you. Maybe other people have questions about either from Mayuri or from our SOC buddies. If anybody has questions, just raise your hand, or you can put an icon in your picture if you like. So we really want to hear from you. That's one of the big things of the second Sunday's Zoom session. And I want to just also welcome Hamida has joined us, and also Christy's dad is here, and Diane Caminas is here. So yeah, welcome to everyone. So please raise your hand and let's hear from you. I think, Anisha, you have more questions coming in to the chat, so you can maybe ask, please.
Yes, so some of these interesting questions are that what was it like when you had to wake up early in the morning? So can both of you give us a little bit, window into your experience about waking up so early in the morning, so regularly every week, and mentored these girls? What was that like? How early did you have to wake up in order to meet with the girls?
So we had to, I believe, wait, well, for me at least, it was at 6 a.m. was the class starting time. It's not a great question for me personally, because I was already waking up at 5 a.m. So it didn't make too much of a difference. But maybe Christy would like to share her experience.
For me, it had the time did vary a little bit, but in the beginning did start at 8 a.m., which I did get a little lucky for. But from there, I was able to wake up earlier to prepare for my classes later on in the day. And it was actually nice to be able to start my day that way.
Wonderful. That's so nice to know. So just to very out of curiosity, how much of preparation, how much prep work did you have to put in before each mentoring session, each teaching session? You said your sessions were structured.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, so during the lesson, I take notes in a little book that I have dedicated to it about what really sparks their interest, what they seem to not really be so interactive with, maybe certain words or phrases they had questions on, and then kind of circle back to that in the next lesson and such.
Oh, that's a lot of work. Definitely. Thank you so much, though, for putting in so much work, both Christy and Aarti. So, Aarti, can you give us a little idea about how many days a week you mentor and how long each mentoring session lasts?
Yeah, so when I started out, I think I had done 3 days. On one day, it'd be back-to-back classes. So the girls would just come in the same Zoom and switch out. Now I do twice a week, and each mentoring session will be up until like the free Zoom session, and so like 40-45 minutes. The girls are usually there pretty early, so I try to get on early if possible. But yeah, it'll be about 40 minutes.
Okay, that's
Yeah. I just want to thank everyone. And as an educator, I want to say we are all on Zoom. But Zoom is actually going to change how education is delivered and how skills are delivered. And Asia Initiative is taking full advantage of that with the help of all these wonderful people. So thank you to everyone. I think Sris knows how education is changing, right? So I think that if there are no other questions, I want to introduce our big special thing for this afternoon. And, you know, there's a song in India that is going very, very popular. It's about women's empowerment. So a lot of people are dancing to it. And sometimes entertainment and Bollywood can deliver the message better than, you know, serious talks. So Devanshi is an architect. She was my former student and an urban designer. But she is co-chair of the junior board along with Ishita, and she is also a classical dancer. So she's going to show us some steps, and we encourage everyone to turn on your video, and if you don't mind being recorded, to please follow Devanshi as best as we can. So please, it's all in the spirit of the International Women's Day. Devanshi, over to you.
Hey Geeta, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. So this is a really amazing song. Before I play it, I just wanted to put out a translation. I had to like do a little Google search on how to translate the lyrics for our international audience. But what the song, the gist of the song is, you know, let the girl dance and let her be free and let her be herself. So if I were to translate just the first few lines, it was, why does this sweet girl keep her face veiled? Tell me why, tell me why. This girl is full of brilliance. If only the world would let her be, just let her be. She's so amazing, she can do wonders. Let her dance to her own beat. Let the girl dance, just let her dance, let her be free and let her fly. So that's why I think Geeta and us chose this song. And again, I'm gonna play it in a second, but I think I probably want to just show everyone a few steps. And this is gonna be like a upper body dance, a Zoom dance here. But there's just quick little steps. So there could be like, you know, this little sweet girl, and why does she keep her face veiled? Tell me why, tell me why. And then there is just like a little, you know, clap and move your hands around. And then there is one more where it says Kudinu to Makne De, which is basically in India, you move your little hip, but we could do like a little hip here. So those are just the little steps that we could do, but I'm gonna play it now.
Connect us, dude. I found this.
So you can just move your hands.
मुनिया सर पे डाले है ये दुनिया क्यों, हाँ क्यों। हो सोनी सोनी सी कुड़ी नो मौज में रहने दे ना दुनिया क्यों, हाँ दुनिया क्यों। है कितनी शानदार कुड़ी ये कर देगी कमाल इसे झूमने दे अपनी बीच ते कुड़ी नू नचने दे हाँ नचने दे तू आज लगाने दे ठुमके हाँ झुमके कुड़ी नू नचने दे हाँ नचने दे सारे फिक्रां नू छड्ड के बन ठन के कुड़ी नू नचने दे हाँ नचने दे आज लगाने दे ठुमके हाँ झुमके कुड़ी नू नचने दे हाँ नचने दे सारे फिक्रां नू छड्ड के बन ठन के कुड़ी नू नचने दे
Thank you. I mean, we can keep going, but I couldn't see everyone. So, but it's a great song, and I think the spirit is that all the women actors in India sort of created this little video with dancing on this tune.
Yeah. So we can send you the YouTube lyrics, and you can practice the rest of the dancing at your leisure. And we hope to connect with all of you. Like, we are sending newsletters every second Sunday, but then every third month, we will have a Zoom session like this. But we really we want to hear from you. So if you had questions today or comments or advice, we really suggest that you please write to us, and we will get back to you. And then next time we meet together, I think your dancing skills will be all honed up, and we can do more justice to Devanshi's teaching. So any last questions before we wrap up? Because we only want to take out, don't want to take too much of your time. So, but raise your hand if you had a quick question or advice.
So Geeta, Diane had a question for everybody where she says, how do you select participants in the programs? I think she's referring to Sock Buddies.
Surabhi, can you answer that?
Sure. So Diane, we have been assisted, and we are so fortunate to receive a lot of the pro bono help that we do. So we are assisted in this initiative by an educator, Dr. Nidhi Tandon, who conducts a brief evaluation of all the candidates, and also conducts 2 or 3 sessions of training to help them in this process. So if you're interested, we would love to sign you up and connect you to Terence Green, who runs this initiative on behalf of AI, and to Dr. Nidhi Tandon, who can conduct a brief evaluation and then train you on helping teach our girls in India.
Diane is herself an educator, so thank you.
Okay.
For that question. Yeah, thank you. Anybody else? Yeah, we have a core team here, but all our projects are actually with partners. So we have a lot of on-ground traction through our partners and on-ground knowledge that we get from our partners. And we always, every project, we don't go in and say, we have the answers. We always go in and say, in Socratic dialogues, what are the issues and how do you think you can deal with or get them to be better? Because we think people who are closest to the problems are also closest to the solutions. We are strong believers in that. So if there are no more questions, we thank everyone for being here and being a strong supporter. And please, we want to hear from you. So send emails, and very much I look forward to staying in touch. So thank you, and happy rest of the Sunday to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.